Now, I'm sure everybody aware Snoop Dogg and Daz been bickering, beefing, going back and forth, whatever you want to call it, over, issues like money, royalties, rights to music, things of that nature. Reggie Wright knows something about the history of all this. And even though Daz is making a big splash, Reggie Wright apparently is saying on Bond First that Daz sold his publishing. And it seems to say he don't really have a gripe. But with no further ado, we're gonna see what Reggie says. Diggity diggity Daz Dillinger has been up to.
Daz did a interview on YouTube where he again repeated the same thing that he said to Vlad and a couple other interviews where he claims that he body slammed you and Suge Knight. This was in 1996 and 1997, and I
Did
don't
we
know if
put a
you saw.
restraining order against him this time too? I think he also said we put a restraining order against him. Did we do that as well?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not
He
sure.
didn't say. He didn't say that. All right. Go ahead, John. He ain't say that. I'm being funny.
Okay, okay, but no, no, no. My question was, did you see the YouTube video of him? And if so, what is your response to the fact that he continues to say that he wrestled you or body slammed you and Suge, yet like, he continues to say the same thing?
That's funny. Dads are still mad. Dads, I thought your homeboy Corrupt and Nate Dogg and Snoop did a song that said it ain't fun if the homies can't have none. You still mad behind that, Dads? Is that why you going around there laughing, lying, and telling your little stories? But you know what? That's what people start doing when they say stuff. They help.
My little bro was a ex of Daz back in the day. She was a cool bra, school teacher, worked at Perry Middle School. She's married now, so I ain't gonna throw her name out there. But anyway, that was cuz bra before she was my bra.
You out and don't even realize they're helping you because in that interview,
And Reggie had got kind of sickly, sucked up. We knew he was struggling with his health. And he had blew back up healthy. Now it look like it might be going back the other way, man. You all right, Reg?
he accused me of stealing, which he better be careful because that's some major accusations. If he ever gets some money, he could be real liable. And I got 2 years to wait and see if he gets some money because I know he broke, even though he tried to say he got $100 million. That boy funny. But y'all got to remember, Daz was a Sherm head. Daz was on Sherm majorly, and so that's why he says that stuff being funny. But Daz accused me of stealing because of something I've been telling y'all for the longest that I did. I've been telling y'all. I done told y'all on Kel Capone show, on Art show, on Vlad show. I talk about it every time on Bar First that I own a company called Simon Says Music Publishing. I bought music publishing from a lot of those guys. Now he trying to say I forged his name. Okay, Daz. Well, it's people that was involved, like Jeff Lowry, who's run Disney legal department now. That ain't gonna come to court and lie for you. That did the paperwork for me. You know your boy Bruce Colbriner, your accountant and business manager. He not gonna lie for you, Dad, saying all that. You know I gave you a check for $75,000 to buy up your royalties for everything, and that's why you changed your music company from Amani's. And I bought all of that stuff and put it under Simon Says.
If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this.
I'll get that.
Recently, a jury ordered
Company for all your new stuff, which you had every right to do. But the good thing that you said and you not realizing, and I know Snoop and his attorneys are over there going crazy, is what? You acknowledge they got the paperwork, dog. By saying Snoop called you in and asked you what's up with this. Now, okay, you're gonna try to say I forged your name on it, but then that mean a whole bunch of other people gonna have to come and say that as well, that I did buyouts with Simon Says. But I thank you for acknowledging that they got the paperwork. Like I told y'all, that's all I've been waiting. I've just been waiting, sitting back. I haven't collected one penny, so how can you steal something when you haven't collected any money? But I'm glad to know that y'all got the paperwork over there and that it's gonna get investigated. And so now all I gotta do, I ain't gotta sue y'all now. I just send over the paperwork and say, hey, this is Reginald Wright, the junior, the owner of Simon Says Music Publishing. Send my money and my check to this address. So thanks for exposing.
It's highly ironic. Reggie Wright Jr. Publishing Company is named after Suge Knight. And it's a phrase that really applied to Suge Knight at one time. You know how the game Simon Says, you don't move until Simon Says? I believe them calling Suge Simon was in reference to Simon Says. And he named his company Simon Says. All right, Reg, I see. Heard the fuck out of that.
That Snoop got the paperwork, and that's why you say y'all pulled the music off a line is because y'all didn't want to pay me my publishing money, and Alan from E1 was in on it as well, which we all know ain't true or anything. But thank you, Dad, because now we got a timestamp of you acknowledging that Snoop knows about it, you knows about it, what you still trying to say that forgery stuff, but how you gonna say, did you forge that $75,000 check that you put in there? Did I forge that and force it down your checking account? Yes. Did I do that, dog? But anyway, Daz, be careful with what you say, man. Trying to be funny, because you're messing up stuff for your people. I got my lawsuit going now for for getting messed up in the halfway house, and that's going very well. But my second thing was going to be
What happened to you in the halfway house, Reg? I must have missed it, man. Maybe you'll text me and tell me.
Simon Says, but it looked like you're already investigating that, according to you and your statement. So look like I don't have to do nothing but sit back for that. And then, so you better be careful because I might have some free time to do some lawsuits for making false accusations. Because you got to remember, Death Row went through a bankruptcy, and those trustees and receivers hated Reggie Wright, Suge Knight, and anybody associated with it. And if they would have found anything stolen or taken inappropriate, they wanted my $2 million house. They would have got it before the government went after it. And so, yeah, um, be careful, Daz. That's all I'm gonna say. Or Michelet was on paper as that was supposedly his wife while he was in prison. And she was on paperwork as and stuff, but she didn't deal with nobody. She did for about 2 months, her and Norris, prior to me coming on. They were dealing with people, but it got overwhelming. Suge was furious because Suge was locked down in Delano. But once he got out and was able to get visits in the prison,
Now I just
he
got
was like, oh no, send Reggie, get where
if he is transitioning to like, okay, it was too much for Suge's wife, and now you had to go through Reggie to get Suge's orders and directions, maybe that's where he got the inspiration of Simon Said. Nah, I talked to him, Simon Said. Oh, you want to know about this? Simon Said. So now he stood in the gap between Simon and them. Maybe that's where he got the concept of Simon Says. Because at this point, you want to know what Simon says, you got to holler at Reg.
Reggie at? He sent me a letter. Reggie, where you at, dog? Why you? They ain't saying you ain't around. What's going on? Come and see me.
You had ghosted him, Reg?
That's May, June. Go up there and see. Reg, me and you about to run this shit. We about to do this. Okay?
Right now, he is quoting what Simon said. I wonder, I'm really curious if he came up with that title before or after this moment with Suge.
Reg in charge from that time on. Norris, the brother-in-law, got fired. The sister was reassigned to home duty. Michelet told to go work on home jury or whatever. All I need you to do is watch my money and stamp my checks and Ridge bring to you.
It sound like Beauty in Black. Y'all watch that series? With the broad married the man's finna die, come take over the family. Sounds just like what he described it.
David Kenner, come see me every Tuesday. Reg, you need anything? You need any contracts or anything signed? You send them by David on Tuesdays. Me and you running this, Reg. What was some of the other stuff that he went into, John?
This is why him and Wack no Hunter relate one to another so well. Both of them experienced a boss status in the industry when they came in humble, doing things for the boss. And in this situation, particularly the same boss. And as his fate changed, their fates seemed to elevate above his, and they both view him in a certain light, and they have a pact one with the other. I've heard Reggie overrepresent Wack No Hunted presence at the road. He has baked in an unrealistic history for Wack's benefit. On my mama. I was there too long, too many stretches of events, too many people where Wack was not there, huh? He tried to make it, you know how far Wack could try to insert himself into a situation that wasn't true? Like he had tried to act like he was there with game, with this and that. But we know when he made game, he tried to insert me with that. But he'll go this far.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the couch.
They never trust Wack's account of history. And Reggie done fell for allowing Wack to have a false experience or false narrative about his experience at death row, and Reggie be co-signing. You know you do, Reg.
Because
Yeah,
it was
so one
so
thing
much.
that Dad spoke about was he tried to say that, yeah, when Reggie was running death row up there, you know, he thought he was Suge Knight. He was even wearing red suits around there. I've never seen a photo.
He ain't the only one guilty of doing things of that nature. Right now, Dub C in the Math Circle, Dub C, West Side Connection. He got an artist, Melee, from 970 East Coast. Now, I ain't never, ever seen in the set, heard about being in the set. He ain't really from the set. I've been letting Cuz taint his set for years and years and years and years. Represent, you know, I ain't never want to rain on nobody parade. That ain't my job. But Reggie has a way deeper version of that going on with Wacko No Honey.
Of you with a red suit, and I've
Sure.
never seen you with a red suit.
Exactly. But, you know, that's Daz. Daz was a sure man. Oh, this is the perfect thing that he said. That Tupac told him personally that I got fired. That I fired right
Yeah.
away. Okay, I allegedly, which I got security all around. I wish I got fired, to be honest. But August of 27th, I got security.
But if I reference Reggie as head of security back in the day, he get offended. But then he'll tell a story like this. I don't get it, Reg.
Around Tupac on several occasions. Even Mutah verifies that. But Daz said he told him. Daz. See, that's when people start talking and just start agreeing. You forget your lies? Daz, were you in New York? No. Daz, were you in Vegas? No. Daz, do you forget where you and Corrupt was? Y'all wasn't getting fucked with around the end of August and September. Corrupt was in Philly, which he lined over there on Vlad, but I said I ain't gonna talk about Corrupt no more. But I hate that he trying to throw out that. That's the reason why he became an alcoholic, because Tupac turned him on to Hennessy. No, Corrupt, no, Corrupt. He was on Hennessy way before that. You was drinking bottles of Hennessy at 9 in the morning, Corrupt. Stop it, y'all, with the lies. Because I'm going to expose them. Dad, you and Corrupt wasn't around after that show that I think you were there. I don't even know if you was at the House of Blues, but you might have been. You probably was at the House of Blues. But after that, you were gone. You were sitting back to you went back to Louisiana or Mississippi. That's why you wasn't in the car. That's why you wasn't at the MTV Music Awards with us. Come on, Daz. But when he told you, So you didn't even know the time, but you just agreeing because that man leading you in the saying stuff, and you just over there lying, Daz. Man, you bigger than that, Daz. We do have good history together. I told you, I apologize to you for putting out that you were sharing your wife.
Man, this nigga done got all into some personal. I just want to hear about the publisher. Daz ain't taking no apologies from you. I want to let you know if you don't know, Daz can't stand your motherfucking ass. Oh, blah, 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 blah. This nigga's crazy. This is politics, beef, disagreements that go back 30 years. Yeah,
Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
Like with that hustling. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.